Hey everybody, welcome back to My Modern Homestead. If you don't already know, my name is Janet and I am so happy you're here. Today we are working on a recipe that I'm going to call brandied cinnamon apples. Y'all, I cannot wait to try this recipe. It's a combination of two recipes in the ball book, so it's totally safe. I'm just mixing it up a little bit. To do this recipe, you're going to need red hot candies. If you aren't in an area that sells these in a store, look for an Amish store or midnight store somewhere close by. Then you're going to need cinnamon sticks. Yep, just good old-fashioned cinnamon sticks. And one ingredient you might not be expecting, except from the name, is brandy. Now, there are all sorts of brandies out there. I'm using an apple brandy. I've never had it. I don't know what it tastes like, but I'm doing apple, so I said, why not apple brandy? So the first thing I need to do is to get our apples peeled. To do this, you're going to need about 4.5 pounds of apples, about 12 apples, depending on the size of them. So let me get them peeled and we'll be right back. Now, before I show you the apple, well, I'm not going to show you the apples, me doing them, but before I do the apples, I'm going to show you what we need for the syrup. Now, in my pot, I have 4 cups of sugar. We're going to need 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 cups of water, 2/3 of a cup of light corn syrup, and 1/2 cup of red hots. Now, after we get the apples done, we're going to need 1 cup of brandy to add to this syrup. So, right now, what I'm going to do is do the apples, and then we'll come back and do the syrup. Now, I'm not worried about my apples browning, but if you are, just take some Sprite, put it down in your bowl, and put the apples down in it. That will keep them from turning brown. Okay, let's get this syrup to going. We're going to put in 2 cinnamon sticks, the 3 cups of water, the 2/3 cup of corn syrup, and the 1/2 cup of red hots. And that's all there is to that syrup. I'm not going to worry about getting every last drop out of there. Okay, so just turn it on and bring this up to a boil. Now, as we're waiting on this to come up to a boil, we are going to stir it. You don't want to just turn it on and leave it. Stirring it is important. It breaks down the sugar and helps it dissolve and keeps it from burning. Now, to this at the end, you can add red food coloring, but I'm not going to add it to my syrup. 1, because we have the red hots in there, but 2, I don't want to add anything extra that we don't necessarily need. That's just in there for looks. So we're just going to keep stirring this until it all dissolves. Okay, we're just about up to a boil, but one word of caution, do not stop stirring. Those candies will stick to the bottom. Even with me standing here stirring constantly, they're still sticking to the bottom. So be careful. We're at a boil, so what we're going to do is just leave it here for 5 minutes and let it boil. Isn't it pretty, y'all? It makes the prettiest color. Okay, this has been boiling for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to add my apples. You saw me in the intro cutting these up, and that's all there was to that. So I'm just adding them now. I like these apples because they don't easily turn brown. It's one reason I didn't add anything to them. Okay. Now that's that. Those on the bottom were just starting to turn brown, but that's okay. No biggie. So we're going to cook these for about 5 minutes. And then we'll be ready to put them into jars. Some of these still have a little bit of peel on them. If yours have peel on them, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt anything. So there's that. So give it just a few more minutes and we'll be ready to put them in jars, and then I'll show you how to do the syrup. Okay, these have cooked for 5 minutes. So what we're going to do is move them over to the other counter and get them into jars. So now for this part, we are going to use the slotted spoon. You want to use a slotted spoon because you're taking the apples out of this syrup and putting them into the jars. Now, technically, it doesn't say to go ahead and put them into jars. It just says to take the apples out. But I'm of the mind, if you're going to take them out, why not just put them into jars? No need to mess up another dish. So, there we go. And the cinnamon sticks, make sure you discard those. You don't want them in the jars. You want to pack these loosely. You don't want them in there tight. It says to a generous 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, there we go. There are our jars filled. Now, we're going to go back to the stove and I'm going to show you the rest. Here's a syrup. So here's the syrup. We're going to bring this back up to a boil and then turn it off. And once we turn it off, then we'll add the brandy. Okay, we are back at a boil. So what we're going to do at this point is take this off of the heat. There we go. Now, I want to take the brandy and add it to this. Oh, voila. Just like that, your syrup for the apples is done. Now, we're going to add this syrup to 1/2 inch headspace. Now, we want to debubble and adjust the headspace. Debubble, just run something flat and smooth against there. Your apples are going to float. There's nothing you can do about that. Just get it as close as you can to the right measurement. Alright, now you want to wipe the rim of each jar. You don't want anything on there to keep your jar from sealing. Then you want to take a lid and close it. I like my lids and my words to line up. My words on the jar. All right, now back into the canner they go. Okay, the jars are in the canner, so we're going to put on the lid and wait for it to come up to a rolling boil. We are at a rolling boil and the timer's been set for 15 minutes. Okay, the apples are done. So we're going to turn off the eye and then we're going to remove the lid carefully away from you. Now, we're not going to do anything to the apples for about 15 minutes. We're going to leave it here and just let the water settle. Okay, it's time. Let's move them to the cooling table. There we go, everybody. There are our brandied apple cinnamon slices. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? I tasted the syrup. Oh my goodness. It was so good. I hope y'all get to try it, and I hope you get to make it. So, until we meet again, may you be blessed. Love you guys. Bye-bye.